Are you tired of seeing Nuka Cola Cranberry as one of your daily challenges or weekly challenges? You need to drink so many, but they're really hard to come by. Or maybe you're just trying to farm them so you can give them to Leo so he'll give you a awesome XP boost. If you are, stay tuned. I'm going to give you 22 locations where you can find Nuka Cola Cranberry, along with a couple other bonuses along the way. It seems like every single time I turn around, we have a daily challenge or a weekly challenge that has to do with Nuka Cola Cranberries. Now, don't get me wrong, Nuka Cola Cranberries is one of the best Nuka Colas in all the Wasteland. It's the only one that gives you double XP. And if you give this Nuka Cola Cranberry to Leo, he'll give you an awesome buff that will increase that XP. So instead of you drinking it, you give it to him, he gives you a little something extra. So it works out. The only problem is where do you get these things? And if you're thinking, I can just go and buy some, I'm sorry to burst your soda bubble, but that is incorrect. You cannot actually buy Nuka Cola Cranberries from any of the vendors that actually sell Nuka Colas. Now, you could possibly buy it from them or a train station vendor if somebody else has sold them a Nuka Cola Cranberry. Just in case you're curious where you can actually buy Nuka Colas, you can buy them from Bubbles at White Springs or at Nuka World on Tour at the Soda Fountain. At this point, you may be saying, well, how do I get them then? The simplest and easiest way to do it is to actually have a Nuka Cola Collectron, and you set it to collect Nuka Colas. Now, these Nuka Cola Collectrons can be bought with gold bullion from Samuel Foundation, just in case you don't have one. However, if you don't have this Collectron station, then you will not be able to collect Nuka Cola Cranberries. I've read online in several locations that the only way that you can actually get these is if you have the Nuka Cola Collectron actually stationed up, but I have some footage to the contrary. And after talking with several other people in my community, they have also said that they too have found Nuka Cola Cranberries in their Collectrons. But all of us actually have that Nuka Cola Collectron. On PC, I own the Nuka Cola Quantum Collectron and not just the regular Nuka Cola Collectron. And I can tell you that I do not get any Nuka Cola Cranberries when I go to collect, even if I have it just set on Nuka Colas. As you can see in the footage here, there is two different type of Nuka Colas that you can actually set to collect, Nuka Cola and then Nuka Cola Quantums and such. Before we hit the road, if you're enjoying this content, please make sure to give me a big Vault Boy thumbs up and consider nuking that subscribe button on your way out. Feel free also to share this video if you know someone that is needing this information. Farming Nuka Cola Cranberries can be extremely frustrating because anybody in world can actually find the Nuka Cola Cranberry and pick it up, and then it's gone and you will not be able to retrieve it. That is why I have actually provided you with 22 locations. Now, why such a long video? That is because you guys voted for it. You wanted all of them in the same video and you didn't care how long it was. So here is your video. Our very first location that we'll be visiting is Sludge Works down here in the Ash Heap. There is some Blood Eagles here, so if you ever need to complete the Blood Eagle Challenge, this is an excellent location to go. As you can see, it's not too far from Nuka World on Tour. Now, there's a lot of stuff that you can actually farm from this area. Not just the Cranberry Nuka Cola, but there's also some military grade duct tape, which will give you ballistic fiber. Here is the Nuka Cola Cranberry underneath that fridge there. And then right across from here, you'll see that there is a bobblehead that's kind of peeking out. And there's also some sugar bombs and ash rows, I do believe, located down here as well. Next location is going to be next to Hornwright Estate. Now this one's a little bit of a jog, so make sure you actually mark your map location so you don't get lost. It's very easy to get lost, and trust me, if you get lost, you'll end up in the wrong town, and there might be a blue devil or alga or a sheep squash there ready to kill you. So you just keep running through the woods here. Every single time I come back here, it's either foggy, dark, and raining, something. Just make sure that you're looking for those pylons. That's a good little marker for you. That's what I kind of use. And then you'll come upon a greenhouse here, and that's when you know you're in the right location. There's a couple of settlers. When you go inside here, it is right here underneath of this little desk. And then there's also some cement and stuff here as well. So if you ever need cement, they have 3 bags here, so it's a pretty good location. There's also a bunch of wood. Location number 3 is going to be near Dent and Son, which is not too far from Hornwright Estates. This is actually one of my favorite locations to farm random encounters because there's 3 random encounters that actually happen down here. 2 of them will actually run past, so I will point those out as we go. So the whole point is just to run up the hill so that way you can get up on top of the mountain. If you have a jetpack, obviously you can just fly up there if you want. This is the fastest way up. And the first random encounter is going to be right in front of you. And as you can see, it looks like there is some power armor sitting there. Now this power armor, when you get inside, it actually talks. So it's a pretty cool random encounter. I really like it. You just want to stay right here along the line of the mountain here. Right here is the second random encounter location. Kind of got it going in double time so that way you guys don't have to wait so long. Because this is going to be a long video. We have 22 different locations to get cranberry Nuka Colas from. And you're just going to be kind of looking around for a settler. Once you see the settler, most of the time you'll hear them first. Now there's another settler that kind of spawns not too far from here too. But just be aware that you're looking for this one that has the lunchbox. It's up the hill away from the cliff there. But it's normally here. A lot of people don't grab this one because it's a little out of the way. So the next one's going to be at the Scenic Overlook. Now there's going to be 2 here. But this is the closest one. So we'll go ahead and go there. And that's going to be number 4. So to your right when you load in is a random encounter that is an assault style random encounter, and enemies can actually spawn right below you on the Scenic Overlook area. So in the first cabin here, you will need to go inside. There will be some irradiated sugar bombs normally here. As you can see, there's some. And then inside of this crate over here is the next Nuka Cola Cranberry. Number 5 is going to be nearish to the Scenic Overlook. In my opinion, don't do this one. I really feel like that this is the worst one. You really need to mark your map. It's really easy, even if you know where it's at, to get lost. Unless you have a camp down here or you see somebody's camp that's close to here, I would say just forget about it. There's also a Mothman that can spawn up here. I'm assuming that there probably is other, creatures that can spawn up there too. But I got attacked by the Mothman twice trying to get footage for this. So that's just one of the things I would say. Having a jetpack would probably be good. It also behoove you to have power armor on so you can just kind of jump and fall off the side. But I am trying to show you how to get down here without actually killing yourself. Because this is just in the most obscure, random, out of the way location. I didn't put this one in double time because I'm telling you, I can't remember how many times I got lost trying to come down here. Even after I've been down here and made 3 or 4 successful runs, I still got lost. So this is going to be your biggest giveaway, is this lunchbox. And that guy's normally there, but a couple of the times I came down here he wasn't, but that's where the Nuka Cola Cranberry should be. Number 7 is going to be near Bastion Park. It's right there on the 95 near Big Bend. So just make sure you mark that location. You're just going to run down the road. And I always try to get right near the car here that's in the road, and then I just kind of hang a right. And then what you're going to look for is like a little cliff. You'll jump over the cliff. Here's the cliff. And you'll see a campsite. Now, I kind of forgot where I was going here, but it is right here. This is where the cranberry spawns. This is a pretty good one. It's not too far, but it's far enough off the beaten path that a lot of people don't know that it's here. Now we're going on to number 8. Number 7. Sorry, I can't count. Spruce Knob. So this one's a little bit out of the way. So when you load in, you'll load in right there. It's to the right of the actual cabin where all the Mirelurks spawn in. But you want to head away from that and head straight ahead like I did. And there'll be another cabin that normally has some settlers here. And it's sitting right here on this bench. As you see, it's right here. Little cabin. For some reason, these Nuka Cola Cranberries are always near settlers. So number 8 is going to be near eviction notice. So this one, you want to kind of look for these pylons. You'll see the one that I use as my marker. I actually have a camp over here because there's also a junk extractor site as well. This big pylon is the one that you want to look for. The Nuka Cola Cranberry will spawn right here. There's a couple like raiders that are there. That's what it looks like when it's actually there. A lot of people build their houses there, so kind of go there. The next one's going to be number 9. It's going to be near the investigator's cabin, so I'm going to kind of double time it. There's a lot of enemies that you'll have to kind of mow down to get to this one. It's a kind of triangulated between where Radiation Rumble happens and one of the other locations there. Anyway, you just need to kind of run down over the side here, and it's easy to get lost on this one too. But once you see the road, you'll kind of know that you're going in the right direction, and I kind of got lost here. So what you're really looking for is lights. And then there is an encounter here that can spawn that is an assault style encounter. Now he's fighting some bugs here. There's ants, I think boat flies, and a couple other things, a tick maybe. Anyway, dispatch those, and then you can head inside this actual little cabin here. Now this isn't on the actual map, that's why you have to run here. And once you get inside, you'll see that there is a Nuka Cola Dark and a Nuka Cola Cranberry. So this is kind of a 2-for-1 spot. It's kind of cool. This next location is White Springs Station. Everybody knows what White Springs is. Now there's actually 3 different Nuka Colas in this actual clip, because it's the best way to show you how to get to the actual locations is to do all 3 in one go. So here's your first Nuka Cola, so that's number 10. Count them 10. As you can see, there's also a Nuka Cola Wild that will spawn there. Now you just want to head straight down the train tracks, and you're going to head towards those 2 like electrical towers there. Just stay to the right of this electrical tower here. You'll run into yet another settler that's kind of working. And there'll be another lunchbox, believe it or not. So there he is, working away. And then there is our lunchbox. Number 11 is sitting right here beside the lunchbox. After you've collected this one, if it's there, you'll actually want to be in some power armor or have a jetpack of some kind, like the Secret Service jetpack. And you kind of want to be able to fly across. I think my fusion core kind of ran out, so unfortunately I'm not flying so well. But you just want to jump straight across, and you're looking for a road that's on the other side of this train station here. So once you hit the road, you'll just run straight up the hill, and you'll see that rusted out Jeep. It's got 3 firecracker berries there. Now you'll run into some raiders up here, but they are friendly for me. There's also a clean 10 there, and also the Nuka Cola Cranberry. So that is number 12. Number 13 is going to be Moth Home. We're jumping a little bit further across the map here into the mire. This location is pretty good too. It doesn't have very many enemies, but there will be enemies here that you'll have to clear out. Now, here's your Nuka Cola Cranberry. Right below it is some more ballistic fiber, and a magazine has a chance to spawn here as well. So the magazine spawns there. Ballistic fibers over here. So up next we have the ammo dump. So bottle number 14 will be found here. Now this is Blood Eagles. The last place was Cultists. There will be 2 turrets here, so just be aware. And sometimes a dog and a Blood Eagle can spawn here. Now there's caps that spawn on the table, and also a cap stash there. So make sure you pick those up. And then the Nuka Cola Cranberry will be in here on the desk next to the fan. Number 15 is Sacrament. So this is another cultist area. Not too far from Crater. Sorry, I go all loot goblin in this clip. I thought that the Nuka Cola was up there, but then I realized it was down below me. So right here, it is in this crate. Up next, we have 16 Clancy Manor. This is yet another cultist area, so if you need to kill cultists, come up here. This is actually where I found my very first handmade. And I start coming up here and farming it so that way I could pick them up off of the body, so that way I could break them down. But anyhow, you kill a bunch of them as you come up here, and then the Nuka Cola Cranberry is sitting right here. And then number 17 and 18 is actually going to be at Point Pleasant. So there's quite a few bad guys in here that you have to kill, so I just went ahead and double timed it through here so you guys can kind of see, because I also go loot goblin and decide that I'm going to start picking up stuff, and then I'm like, oh gosh, I probably should stop, and then I'm like, I'll fast forward through it. So you actually come over here to the actual vending machine, because I ran right past it, and then once you're done with the vending machine, you just head up to the top of the roof here. There'll be more bad guys. You'll have to kill all of them. And they'll keep coming. You just need to keep on hopping across until you get to the other end of this roof here. Once you're across, just look underneath of the ramp here. And there it is, hidden in plain sight. So there's number 18. Alright, so we have up next is number 19. And this is going to be at the Nuka Cola factory. I can never decide how I'm going to actually pronounce that, so I just always go with Nuka Cola Factory. I mean, it's part of the name. Anyway, I start at the back end of this. I kind of get lost when I'm inside, so this is the best way that I know to do it, so this is the way I'm going to show you. You can kind of hunt around after you figure out where they're at and figure out if you can figure out a better way to do it, but you will need a jetpack, because it's up on the roof. So just fly up to the top. There'll be more enemies up here. Now a bunch can actually spawn, or none, or just a couple. Like that time it was just a couple. The time before that when I came up here there was about 10. The time before that there was 2. But about 3 seems to be where it's at. And this is a level 3 lockpick. You'll spawn in down here, and a lot of times there's a bunch of Nuka Cola Quantums here. There's also Cap Stash. And there is your Nuka Cola Cranberry right there, number 19. And there's also a bunch of other locks to pick here. Like in that room, there's a bunch of little ammo boxes underneath that table where the cap stash was. They're all picks, lock picks. So if you need to do a bunch, there's like 3 right there. The one entering, and then the 2 in there. I think there might actually be another one. And then the one on the inside, that sometimes can actually be shooting at you, so just be aware. But there's also a whole bunch of locks in here to pick as well. So this is the second location here. There will be enemies. Make sure to take them down. And then it's just up here. Here is your other lock here. Looks like it's a level 2, level 1. Yep, skill level 1. Sorry, I forgot for a second. I was trying to see it. Can't see it on this tiny screen. Anyway, I gotta pick this lock. There'll be more bad guys on the inside, so just be aware once you actually pick this, there will be more bad guys awaiting you. Usually 1 or 2. And the Nuka Cola Nuka Cola Cranberry, despite me coming in here several times, it has not spawned in. My husband went in one time and found it, so I do know that it spawns there. I just haven't found it myself. And then this is Belching Betty, or the Burning Mine. This one's not too bad. Gotta get inside and then just run down into the actual mine. There'll be quite a few bad guys down here for you to kill as well. They're not too difficult. As you can see, I've already gotten rid of those. You just hit up the stairs here and go to the left where that sign's at. And there'll be black computer looking station stuff, and there is sitting right there. Alright, number 22. This is the last one. It's the kill box. So this is another Blood Eagle location. So there's a lot of Blood Eagles here. There's also Nuka Colas that spawn up on the roof. There's like a body with a bunch of empty Nuka Cola bottles that's up on the very tip top of the roof. It's kind of interesting. There's also a cap stash in here. I'm going to show it to you. It's not in this actual piece of footage, but I will show you where it's at. And there's your cranberry. So number 22. And then the cap stash is actually right around the corner from this. As you can see, I actually completed that daily quest there, or daily score, but you can see there was the cap stash right around the corner. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I just want to give a huge shout out to all my channel members. You guys are amazing, and you are the true rock stars. Without you, this would not be possible. So thank you so much for all your support. Please make sure to give me a big Vault Boy thumbs up if you enjoyed this content, and consider nuking that subscribe button on the way out. Love you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the wasteland. Take care.